Making a follow-up video. I've gotten everything on that I planned on putting on so far. This is my 54 210. The last video I made, I had just gotten it and driven it one time. So I ended up needing one new tire, so I figured I'd put all new tires on there. Can't get this blue stuff off, so if anybody has a suggestion on how to do it, help me out, because it looks terrible. And when I got the tires balanced, they put the weights on the outside, so I can't put my trim ring back on. But that's alright, because I'm having these sandblasted and I'm painting them satin black, which is what I'm also going to do to the white top on it. So it's going to look pretty good. Body's in overall good shape, has a little bit of surface rust. It's a little wavy in places, nothing too serious. The chrome needs to be taken care of, but that's the last thing I'm worried about. And I'm probably going to end up getting those one-piece Lee tail lights or whatever they're called. Just because I have no reverse lights, so I don't see the point in having a reverse lens. I added this thing right here, little gas tank protector, or fuel door protector I mean. So you got this going on. And I added a mirror, because I didn't like not being able to see. And I thought it looked kind of open right here, needed something in there. Got to get this trim fixed right here. This is kind of crummy. So we have this right here, this right here. Yeah, all new tires. Swapped it over to 12 volts. Because with the 6 volt, I had about one good start in it. And that was pretty much all she wrote. Wouldn't work anymore, wouldn't start, I had to pop start it. Got a new water pump on it. And I taped all my wires so it looks nice and clean. I think it looks pretty good. New oil filter, it's a Wix filter in there. New spark plug wires and spark plugs and all that stuff, of course. New coil. New fuel filter, which I found out is only a 40 micron, and I'm trying to get a 10 micron, so I have to go buy a new one. But overall, everything's in pretty good shape. I did add seat belts. These are from Seatbelt Planet. I think they were 19 bucks a piece or something like that. Chrome lift kind, looks pretty good. And they are legal. They also have the push button kind and some other kinds. Still trying to figure out why I have a 2-door seat in my 4-door. But whatever. It's there. It works. Got seat belts in the back. I had to order their grade 8 bolts, big monster bolts, and 4-inch washers, so they're never going to pull through the floor, which is good. Let's see. Got a glove box door off of a Bel Air. Before it was just the dash color, so it looked kind of plain. I think that looks a lot better. Now the radio doesn't work and the heat doesn't work, unfortunately, but everything else is good to go. Oh, and the e-brake, that doesn't work either. I have 1 out of 2 cables. I got a new glove box liner in there, brand new, all nice and fuzzy. This tack is actually from Speed Hut, and they custom made it. I designed it on a little Photoshop type app that I have, and I took one of their gauges. You can go in there and customize any of their gauges they have on there. And then I went a little bit further and designed it off of the factory clock. And it almost looks like it. It's very, very close. As close as I can make it anyway. I even popped the center disc off of the clock and they put it onto this gauge for me. The only thing I don't like about it is the lighting. It's way too modern of lighting for me. Let's go ahead and get it started. This thing shifts beautifully. Last time I said it was dead silent. So I took the muffler off, had a full exhaust put on. I had a Brockman mellow tone put on it, but it was too quiet still, so I took that off. So, let's see, make sure we're in neutral here. See this tag? And there it is, the tack. I don't know if you can hear the exhaust. Sounds pretty good. Still not as loud as I wanted it, so I think I'm going to split the manifold and do dual exhaust. All gauges work except the temp gauge. It's the only one that doesn't work. Everything else works. Not that you can see it because it's very dark. Speedometer didn't work when I got it, so I fixed that. That's working now. Got a chrome gauge bezel. This is what it sounds like with a full exhaust system with no muffler, just straight pipe all the way back. And of course all we did to do that was take the muffler out and put a piece of pipe in where it's supposed to be. But all the rest of the pipe is factory pipe. So it's not as loud as I was hoping for, but pretty good. Weather stripping's kind of shot. Nothing too bad. Still sounds pretty good up here. Nice and quiet up here. Everything's going real well. I did have to disconnect the horns because they kept going off over big bumps and stuff. They would just start honking. So those had to go. And that has to be replaced. I have to use vice grips to open that and it drives me crazy. But that's pretty much it. Those need to be replaced, but the headliner in general is in really good shape. And when I was doing the conversion to 12 volt, I went to take the lens off for this and it shattered in my hand. So I have to get a new lens. And the light doesn't work anyway, so it doesn't matter. All the other lights work except the driver's side front turn signal. The parking light works, but as soon as I turn the headlights on and turn the turn signal on, it doesn't work anymore. So I haven't figured that out yet, but I will. And that's it. Not too bad. Let me know what you think.